Sappho and her sister. Today we're doing a year in review because it's the end of 2023. Fuck
Happy
2023.
holidays. Happy Kwanzaa just started, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy all the
Happy
wintry
everything.
holidays.
And if you celebrate nothing, just have a nice break.
Yeah, just have a nice holiday, not having to spend your entire life savings on gifts for people.
It must be nice.
And happy early New Year. We're gonna try to get this up before New Year's, which is in approximately
Less than a week.
4 days. 5 days.
Yeah.
5 days. So,
Also, somebody has a birthday coming up.
no.
Ma'am.
Yeah, it's me. In about how many
12 hours?
No, less than that. Let's see. 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12.
Her birthday's tomorrow.
4.5 hours. I will be a birthday girl, but I don't officially turn 28 until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I maybe remember hearing something of like I was born at like 3 something, but I don't fucking care. The whole day is for me. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But anyway, so year in review, we're going to talk about what we learned this year, what we look forward to in 2024, and then what we learned being 24
Thank
and
you.
27, and what we look forward to being 25 and 28. So, why don't you kick it off?
Oh Jesus. Well, 2023 was without question the singular worst year that I have ever had the miserable experience of living through.
Even 2020?
Yes, even 2020, because I still had my Sammy at least.
Oh, yeah.
Both sets of grandparents in full. So yeah, there was lots of random miscellaneous deaths in the family that I did not appreciate. Just a lot of things that were not going well at all. I have been, I would say since about like the springtime, I would say I've been trying to like chip away at all the things that I need to do. Like, you know, I started taking medication for anxiety. I started seeing a therapist. I finally made an appointment with a gynecologist. Like, all the things I need to take care of that I knew would be important, I've been trying to work on that. I've been seeing a nutritionist to varying degrees of success.
Some success is still success.
Christmas ruined me.
You shouldn't think about it like that. Just be like, okay, I had a bad month. It's okay. It's alright.
I'm trying. But I have been just fighting for my life to somewhat improve it. And I'm glad that I have been, and I would like to continue on that trend because there's more things that I want to get to. I know every single video I'm either sniffling or clearing my throat constantly, and I really want to see an ear, nose, and throat doctor to address that.
Hey!
Yeah. Terrible sinus twins. At least I can breathe most of the time.
Yeah.
I am fortunate in that regard, but that's high on my list. I also want to see a psychiatrist. I think it's a psychiatrist that can diagnose
Medication?
No, for I know psychiatrists can do medication, but whoever it is that can psychologist.
Yeah.
I would love to see a psychologist to get evaluated for ADHD and autism. That's also very high on my list. And I have like some place to start, I guess. And if that doesn't work, I can always talk to my therapist and see what else she recommends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was. It's been a constant battle of like just trying to improve my life and trying to change my habits, and it's like
staying afloat.
It's varying degrees of success. Like, it doesn't feel like it's getting easier. It just feels like I'm treading water.
Which is fine. Like, it's gonna feel like that for a little bit, but
yeah,
you're trying to do a lot of things simultaneously, which does get overwhelming, but they're all good things.
Yeah.
you know, so.
Like, I'm very glad that I'm working on that.
Me
And
too.
I'm also not the type of person to do, like, New Year's resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I say I'm going to stick to something, I absolutely will not.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy for me to get off track. But
Oh, me too.
I would rather just, if I have an inkling to improve something or change something, I'd rather just do it when I can.
Mm-hmm.
Which for me ended up being in the springtime. I made a list of all the stuff that I want to take care of.
Good.
And I started chipping away at it. So, yeah.
Yay! That's something that I'm really proud of you about too, is like
Thanks.
getting your physical and mental and emotional health in order is something very important, and you are a better person and more fun to be around. Not that you weren't
Thank
before,
you.
but
Has it
it's
been like
better.
a noticeable change?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Have you noticed that you don't get as pissed off as easily? That's like the big one.
I didn't realize how prevalent that was.
Yeah. You would get so mad so quickly over the dumbest shit. And we're like, Heather, it's really not that big of a deal. Someone just didn't use their blinker. Like, relax. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. Let them go.
Driving is still hell. I will say I've had a slightly better relationship with my mother.
That's good.
Since the medication and since the therapist. So
Good. Yay!
like we both have very strong personalities, so we tend to clash.
They are oil and vinegar.
Yet somehow we are copy paste of each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do we want to go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay.
I just want to let you know you got a couple minutes, but
How many?
2.
Oh. So I'll just do a synopsis because we kind of went over our most of the year when we started the pod a couple months ago. So, had job changes, car issues, health issues, financial issues, coming out as gay halfway throughout the year.
What were the health issues?
Like my nose, I had tonsil stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so like every month I had like at least 2 doctor's appointments. I'm like, can I just not be a fucking dying human for like a month? That'd be great. Grandma passing away, and then what happened in October? October was actually pretty chill. I left my previous job to go to a different job. Went out with my besties and Heather, and it was fantastic.
That's also when I discovered Phantom of the Paradise.
Yeah.
And I think it was late September, early October that we launched this.
Yeah, it was the beginning of October,
Yeah.
And then in November, I figured out how to edit, which is great.
You've been doing wonderful.
Yeah, I stood up to a boss who was being an asshole and
reported him.
Got that sorted out, which felt really good in the moment, even though it was a little bit scary. But I'm very glad that I did that. And then December, just spending a lot of time with family and friends, or even communicating with family and friends a lot more. There were also a lot of, so those were some of like the mostly bad things that had happened. The good things that happened were starting the podcast, got a new computer, tried new sexual experiences, found a sense of freedom, explored self-care and expression, learning more about myself, set some boundaries and goals, came out as gay, got some tattoos, figuring out what I like and don't like in life, getting closer with my friends and doing more stuff with them. We went to DC.
Squiggly line?
Oh, it's me trying to like draw a line. I can't.
Sorry.
Really. It's like.
No, I was looking at the one across the screen, and it almost looks like a flow chart.
Yeah, it's like a little they have like
very stagnant.
different designs, and it's like I can't do anything straight. we went to DC. I got back in therapy. I've been reading more. My credit score went up, which is fantastic. Becoming more self-aware. I was going on walks and it was nice outside. I had a 2-week paid vacation when I left my previous job. I'm starting to figure out my style, accepting my body and my arms. I was losing weight, although that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. And then I realized that I actually made a lot of long-time quality friends from my previous job.
Aww.
Like, a lot of my technicians and, like, previous coworkers who had left, like, I'm still really good friends with, and I talk to them pretty much all the time. And I haven't been there for, like, almost 2 months. And I texted most of them Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and they were like, oh, thank you so much, like, you too, like, whatever. And it was just really heartfelt, where it's like, dang, like, these are actually really good people that I, like, handpicked and I feel good about keeping in touch with.
Aww. Also, I want to talk about the DC trip.
Yeah, go for it.
We should really do another trip. Maybe
I so want to go back to DC. I love DC.
I would be interested to go back. I would also be interested to do something different that you've always wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just really would like to be able to enjoy the trip because all I remember is like, O Street Mansion was wonderful. Yes. But it was like a week and a half before I lost Sammy, so that was constantly on my mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry to make literally everything about Sammy, but
it's okay. It's alright. But yeah, we can definitely plan another girls trip. Don't know when.
If we go back to DC, we have to go back to O Street Mansion.
I would also... I want to take a look at all the embassies. I have like a whole list of shit in DC that I miss and I want to do every time I go there.
What would we do at the embassies?
You don't really do anything. You just kind of like walk by and like they're all different countries.
Yeah.
So like
I think we walked by one.
Yeah, they all have their different flags and they're all like cool looking buildings. I just want a picture of all of them. That's it. I don't have to go in or do anything. I just think it's freaking cool.
I kind of would like the chance to do something non-historical government related, because I know when we go to DC, it's like, oh, gotta see the monuments, gotta see the Declaration of Independence, like, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And it's like,
I do think that when you go back to a certain place, there are, like...
You can dig a little deeper.
Yeah, there's, like, a few staples. You know, like, probably going to see Lincoln. That's probably... Or, actually, no, I'd probably want to go back to Arlington again. That'd probably be the one staple that I would want to do. And then...
Didn't we not have as much time as we wanted to that day?
Yeah. We were going to do it the day before, and then we...
I was so goddamn sore.
Oh my god, yeah. You're like, slow the fuck down!
I was like, listen, I'm going to chill on a bench. You can go see whatever you want. Have fun.
Yeah. And then, but I think when you go back to a certain place, you have, like, one or two things that you know, just check up on, you know, get your yearly picture, whatever.
You go back to Montreal.
And then you have a whole fresh list of things that you want to do or see. So that's what I have. But where else would you want to go? Montreal?
Yeah, love Montreal. Oh,
where is that?
So if you go, like...
It's above Toronto, right?
Yeah, it's like past... I'm gonna say it's like an 8 or 9 hour drive.
Oh, dang.
So like similar
to
DC.
Yeah.
But you basically go like around the lake and like up a little bit.
Nice.
It's in Quebec.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Also, this is more of like a summer activity, but I really want to go rock hounding on Lake Superior. Because apparently they have like really cool agates in the lake. And also, I wanted to try what Doug was talking about in McAdoo, Pennsylvania, for some rock hounding. But I don't necessarily expect you to accompany me on those.
Yes.
Those are just like my off the top of my head. I want to do soon.
I do want to visit North Carolina, and I do want to go to. I want to redo Connecticut and Rhode Island for sure.
Yeah, with good company.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, I've been wanting to do this for a birthday trip. I don't think it's very realistic, considering that my birthday's in almost a month, but...
A month? Oh, yeah. You're, like, the first day of February.
So apparently Ron Coleman Mining down in Arkansas.
Arkansas?
Arkansas. Apparently if you go on your birthday, you can mine for free.
Oh my god.
But I want to mine Arkansas quartz so bad. Like, it'd be so fun. I love quartz. And I really want to check out Ron Coleman Mining in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're a wholesaler as well as a mining place, so yeah.
Oh. Well, yes, we'll plan a trip.
But it's such a long drive.
Well, yeah, Arkansas. It's just damn near the ass crack of the fucking country.
In nowhere.
Yeah, literally. But yeah. What else? What are some other things that you want to do for 2024?
In general,
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to make it through another year without losing any more loved ones.
That'd be great.
Like I said, I definitely want to see if I can get diagnosed towards something. I want to address my sinus issues.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to pour more energy into a creative project because that's something I've been really lacking on lately.
Like what?
Like, I haven't written anything in forever.
And
I'm the one who's fucking interested in writing.
Yeah, apparently because I can't fucking spell.
You were just going fast and not going back to proofread.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It also doesn't do the red squiggly line underneath, though, which kind of sucks.
Well, you just gotta double check.
Yeah. I type pretty fast for my own good.
Well, I type one-handed, so don't feel bad.
Oh my god, that drives me absolutely insane.
Stretching all 5 fingers out as far as they'll go.
Well, I feasibly can't do that because I have little hands.
And your fingers are a little...
Yeah, they're not their
janky.
full capacity of length. But, what else?
Oh my god, can we talk about Christmas real quick?
Yeah, we can talk about Christmas real quick.
I gotta send you the footage.
Yeah, so I can put it in. And my face is gonna be beat fucking red.
Honest reaction?
I loved all of the gifts that she gave me. AKA this Carhartt shirt. Where's the logo? Oh, it's not.
It's on the sleeve.
It's on the side. Carhartt.
I needed to induct her into the club.
Yes. And I got
her the biggest carabiner I could find.
Yeah, why don't you go grab it?
Where is it?
Under the tree. Yeah, she got me also a little Law and Order gavel. When you press it, it goes dun dun. Then she got me a book called Come As You Are. And then what else?
Literally the one I was talking about in the last one.
Yeah.
See, it's huge. It's huge.
Oh, that's neat.
What?
Sorry.
Is the lesbian intensifying?
No, I got distracted by the back because it says shopping and strollers, and that's got a picture of someone holding it like this with like actual shopping bags. Oh my god,
that is so you.
Genius.
You would do that.
I totally would do that. Actually, I didn't really look at this. Ideal use for carrying shopping bags, stroller bag hanger, linked travel bags, carrying sporting equipment, hang items in garage. So many uses.
I did get it specifically as a joke.
It holds up to 50 pounds?
Well, yeah, it's like...
I could have used this to take the fucking litter out earlier. My fucking garbage bag broke.
Oh no.
Sorry, distracted. But yeah,
glad you like it.
The biggest carabiner. And then I got two candles. One says vegetarian, and the other one says a quote from Mean Girls where it says, "I've got a big lesbian crush on you."
Mm-hmm.
And then
another book, the baking book.
Oh yeah, the baking book, the German baking book.
Because you were looking for something like a German book, and you couldn't find one, so I was excited to find it.
Aww. What else did you get me? I think that was it.
No, there was definitely more. The pot holders.
Oh yeah, the pot holders.
Because this woman does not own regular complete pot holders.
No, those are oven mitts.
Oven mitts.
I use pot holders as oven mitts.
Yeah, and it's like,
it's fine.
Use the good one.
Well, the thing is, though, because my hands are so tiny, like, if I use an oven mitt, I
You just
can't,
gotta
like,
pull it up all the way.
I can't grab it because, like, this space isn't too big. So, like, if it comes out to here and I'm trying to grab it, I only have, like, this much surface area to grab it with.
Do you think they have, like, oven mitts made for kids?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
If they do, it would be really great for you.
Yeah, with
that
my
would, like, work.
fucking baby hands.
Yeah.
What else did you want to talk about Christmas?
Oh, jeez. I got this necklace from John.
Oh, let me see.
So it's rainbow lattice sunstone. So you see the rainbow streaks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What else did he get you? That you
A
can
bunch
share
of
on
joke
camera?
things. Well, we have the system where we'll get things for each other that we know we'll like,
Mhm.
but we'll also get a couple things that are like really ridiculous.
Y'all are too much.
My personal favorite, other than the necklace, was like a Garfield themed cookbook. It was so corny.
That makes sense.
I love it. But yeah, it was a good year. I did make a small mistake with my Christmas list of just sending everything out to everybody. Anyway, I got a couple duplicates of things for Christmas because I sent my list out to everybody. And I think what I'm going to do for my birthday is just like pick 2 things that are like under $30 or something and just like send very specific things to very specific people in my life. Because, like, I guess that's the way to go about it. Because then it's like, I'm not waiting for something that I really, really want off the list that doesn't end up getting picked. Or no duplicates, just stuff like that.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Allie's bleeding.
No, I just picked a scab on my face from a pimple, and it was like, hey, we're here. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I am the worst scab picker. I will just keep at it.
On my face, yes. Anywhere else, no.
Oh, I'll pick it everywhere.
Ugh. Okay. Allie is almost back.
I just went off on my spiel about my Christmas list.
Oh, okay.
Didn't miss anything crazy.
Okay. The thing that I told you to do?
Yeah. Well, just how I can improve upon in the future.
Yeah, you should be okay. That's what I do. Like, I'll have, like, a list of, like, 5 or 6 things, and then I'll, like, divvy it up between, like, my mom, my dad, my nana, and my aunt.
Well, I think I'm gonna, like, literally send, like, 2, maybe 3 things to each person. Completely different things. And just, like, pick, like, the things that I'm really the most drawn to.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I'm not just, like, waiting for something off the list and then nobody ends up picking it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I do, too. But,
so, yeah.
Yeah, overall it was a good holiday for us. I got a drill.
Ooh, you did?
Yeah, I
What
got
kind of drill?
an electric drill.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I charged it up this morning. It's got a light on it. It is a Craftsman.
Who'd you get it from?
My mama.
Aww.
My mama and daddy. Well, stepdaddy. But, yeah. I was very excited. Honestly, okay, I don't know if I told you this. So we're at my nana's, right, and we're all opening gifts. And I opened the drill and I genuinely forgot about it till I saw it. And I was like, oh, shit, yeah. And then I was like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Kurt. Now I can be a full lesbian. He's like, you're like the son we never had, Lou. And I was like, oh my god, that's like kind of the best compliment ever, though.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so I was like, thanks, Kurt. Appreciate it. You're welcome. But
my Christmas was so chaotic. I had 3 places to be.
I had 4.
Oh, jeez. In one day?
No.
Oh, I had 3 in one day.
I had
I barely survived it.
4 spread out over 2 days. But one was in the beginning, one was in the end, one was in the beginning, one was in the end. So I, those are the days that you're supposed to sleep in. And I was up at, 6:30, 7 o'clock both days.
I had to, like, rush through everything because everyone wants to have dinner at the same fucking time, and nobody will communicate with one another. Because, like, God forbid they make sure all of their guests can make it to their gathering.
Well,
Like,
and not everybody's gonna make it to everything.
and then people are like, oh, you can expect them to, like, change their plans for you. And I'm like, well, if they. I literally just want to see if people can, like, wiggle around the time a little bit, just so that I have enough time to be able to spend with everybody. Because I want to spend time with you people, damn it!
Well, as you get older and you and John move out on your own and you have your own immediate family of some nature, pets, whatever, your own household, and then you have dad's, and then you have my house, and then you have your mom's, and then you have your grandparents, and then you have John's family. At some point, you're going to be like, this day and this time we're going here Christmas Eve, this day and this time we're going here in the evening Christmas Eve, we're going here Christmas Day, we're going here the day after. Like, you're gonna have to spread it out over a few days. Or you're just gonna be like, hey, I can't make it to dinner, I'll come see you the day before. There's been so many times where I've had to do that, where it's like, I don't see everybody, but like me and my aunt, my cousin, I used to drop my presents off at my nana's for them, and then my aunt would drop off their presents for my nana and me and my mom, and then she used to pick up her presents, take them back to her house, so Christmas morning she had all the presents from everybody in their immediate household, and then everybody else would just go to my nana's and we'd open it there.
See, I'm stubborn. I'll be like, I don't want to miss it, and I want to be able to spend time with you people. So, fuck my whole entire life because I'm going to be miserable the entire time.
Or you
I genuinely don't know how people balance this stuff. Like, literally, my grandparents had their dinner at 3:30 in the afternoon. John's family ate at like 4 o'clock, so I was never going to make that dinner, but I came by later for like presents and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to spend some time with them. And then I had to rush over to Dad's for like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I was like,
there's no way you're going to be able to hit everything in that short of a time frame.
I'm just mad that I can't invite everybody in one place for one dinner to just knock everything out.
There's going to be a threshold, because I'm sure Grandma and Grandpa used to host all the time.
I'm just mad and petty that I can't have it all.
You're gonna have to let go of that real quick.
I'm used to just being like, trying my best to have everything the way that I want it. And it's just one of those things that nobody will budge on. And it's just eating at me.
So what you do is...
I know I'm a control freak. I know it.
Yeah, you could be like, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm gonna come spend Christmas with you, Christmas Eve, and then after there, I'll go see Grandma and Grandpa, and who cares if you're not there for traditional Christmas dinner, to have a lunch with them, have a brunch, have breakfast.
But the tradition.
It's a tradition. Well, you can't split yourself in 17 pieces to appease other people. That's what sucks about having a split family. Could be.
Also, can we talk about the goddamn weather? It was 60 degrees and sunny on Christmas.
I wore shorts to Target today.
In Buffalo.
Yeah. This is how Christmas should... I had the sunroof open. I had my shades on. I had the window open.
Because of global warming.
Listen, I've been here my whole life. I'll fucking take a win when I see one. I don't care.
I was enjoying the day, but also I was like, oh no, there used to be snow on Christmas.
Polar opposite from last year.
Yeah.
So I would gladly take it. Gladly.
I'm so glad we didn't have a fucking 6 foot of snow blizzard.
Yeah, no thanks. But, yeah.
Also, there was a family friend that we hadn't really heard from in a while. He owns a liquor store in the city I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
And we hadn't seen him in a while, and we saw that he had moved. And I was like, oh, that's bizarre. And a couple days before Christmas, Dad went in there and he ran into him and he was talking to him. Apparently, he had a stroke. So, like, I guess he, like, doesn't remember a lot of stuff, and he ended up moving to be a lot closer to his son. So that was another shitty thing that happened this year.
Dang, that sucks.
But at least he seems to be doing alright. It seems like he's got a good situation, and given that he was back at the store, that also seems like it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, small victories.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, he sent the picture, and I immediately knew. I'm like, oh my god, no way.
Alright, so we're rolling into, what else did you want to do for 2024?
Oh, I don't know.
Unsure?
I'm just having one of those moments in the past couple days of, like, where you just feel how fast time is coming. And you just feel powerless against it. And it's like, I feel like I'm out of control. I'm having control of the situation, and it's very stressing.
After 25, you blink and you're 28.
Yeah,
I swear to God, I feel absolutely robbed for the past 3 years. Okay? I think
a lot of people feel robbed over the past 3 years.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Was I in a coma? Did I just go to sleep for 3 years? Like, how am I about to be 28? This is not cool.
I'm just gonna keep doing the best I can.
Yeah. Please. Yes.
I could name a million things that I would like to do, but at the end of the day, I don't know if I'm going to get around to them. And I don't want to make false promises to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that's just going to depress me even more when I don't get around to them.
Well,
I'm just going to keep trying to do my best.
Yeah.
In generally any area.
I'm also the same way where it's like, okay, so for example, like in 2023, January, I set like very loose resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't try to keep up with it very steadily at all. But I had like common things like, oh, damn.
Past your bedtime, old lady?
No. I went to bed at 3:30 in the morning and I woke up at 7:30. And then 9. So, I had like go for more walks, like run a mile, be fluent in Spanish, write with my left hand, like read 24 books, like try to pay off my car or whatever. Like just general shit. And then at the bottom, I put like be confident in everything you do, think, and feel. And that's like the only one that I fucking accomplished. And I had no clue how to
go on more walks.
I did go on more walks. I did not run a mile a day. I ran a mile twice this year, which is more than I did last year.
I think the left-handed one is very bizarre to me, because as a left-handed person, I'm like, you don't want to be left-handed.
Well,
you're gonna smudge on everything.
Well, the thing
nothing's made for you.
Right. Like, I'm still right-hand dominant, but I want to be able to write with my left hand because if something happens to my dominant hand, I need to be able to sign my name.
You'll have to figure it out if it does.
Well, I am pretty, like, ambidex, where...
If you have to figure it out, you will.
Well, yeah, but I'd like not to do an A like this on a piece of paper where I'm supposed to be signing like this.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a story for you. So my mom's side of the family, we like to do, like, bingo, and we'll play for, like, little dollar store prizes, like, wrapped up like presents. It's a lot of fun. It gets us to bond.
I love bingo.
But we got, like, a thing where it's, like, a small cage, and it has, like, a turn crank.
Oh, yeah, for the balls.
But the crank is on the right side, and I'm left-handed. So I was, like, trying to call yesterday, and I had to, like, with my right hand, hold down the base of it so that it wouldn't move, and then, like, reach around and crank. I was not having a good time.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Like, I
was very wrong.
Exclusively eat pizza and drive left-handed. For some reason.
I feel like you've done both at the same time.
Huh?
Eat pizza and drive left-handed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, okay, if I'm eating pizza while I'm driving, then I'm driving right-handed and eating pizza left-handed because I can't eat pizza right-handed. I don't know why.
Your driving stresses me out.
Did you die?
No, however,
Exactly.
one of us has totaled a car.
Yes. In my early 20s when I was reckless.
This was
I'm
way
patient.
before I even had a driver's license. So this was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. It was almost 10 years ago.
No.
Almost.
What year was it?
2015 or 2016?
Damn.
Yup.
I'm still grappling with the fact that Phantom of the Paradise is going to be 50 this year.
Oh
It feels
my
uncalled for.
god.
50? How is that possible? It was only 1974.
Anyway,
It's weirdly been on my mind lately.
back to goals for 2024. Are you done with yours? Because I'll go into mine now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I keep very loose goals. So this year I actually took some time to separate it out by like kind of little categories. So I have financial, physical, educational, self-growth, personal for the podcast, anthology, and miscellaneous.
You're so much more organized than I am.
Oh, listen, I'm a beast. Even though all my lines still are not straight. So, for financial, I have to continue paying down my car, build up my savings, be afford to move, question mark, hopefully. For physical, work out more, get stronger. I want to get leaner, so just not to lose weight. Actually, like, tone up.
To focus more on muscle than numbers.
Yeah, exactly. To eat better, lower my cholesterol, because, we got the high cholesterol business up in here. And to fix my nose. For the podcast, gain more subscribers, qualify for earning potential steps, get a new setup, and explore different content. For personal, stand up for myself, figure out what kind of partner I want, don't settle, and don't guilt trip myself. For self growth is to read 12 books this year.
That's a lot.
That's one every month.
Yeah. Wait, well,
I read 8 this year.
Yeah, I feel like you could make it.
Yeah.
Me, I could never.
Get more comfortable in myself and what I want for my life. Educational is to consider looking into going back to school, explore other things I want to do, either professional or on the side, figure out what kind of thing I want to create for myself, i.e., business, brand, channel, and explore that creativity. And then the anthology is to finish it, get copyrighted and trademarked, and then published to Amazon, and then get illustrations. So, I guess we'll kind of go through, like, as the year goes on, what ones I do, what ones I don't do.
Hold on to that document, and then
It's in my drive.
Yeah. At the end of the year next year,
We'll
we gotta go through it point by point.
Yeah.
She done it.
Oh, yes.
She scratched her ear, like by her ear.
Oh, poor baby.
And I'm like, what the fuck? The vet's gonna think I'm beating you. Can you stop scratching yourself?
Poor baby.
She went like this.
Take a picture. Take a picture.
I don't know if I can zoom that far. Hang on. Whoa. Oh, okay.
She's got her little arm covering her nose. We should try to, like, swaddle her. You know how people will put cats in a burrito? Then she would be a bean burrito.
I do call her a bean... Sorry. I do call her a bean burrito. I call her my little Lily bean burrito.
Aww.
Yeah, but normally when I swaddle her, I have, like, a blanket over my lap, and she'll just fall in, so I'll kind of, like, scoop it up and then just, like, hug around her. Yeah. But yeah. So, what have you learned being 24, Heather?
Oh, jeez. Well, when you graduate high school, you think that you're a fully developed person. You're not. Really, the college years were what made me into who I am, for better or for worse. And I'm very grateful that I kept developing. I'm very proud of how far I've come. Even though currently in my life I'm not where I would like to be, I do have very high goals.
Yeah.
But yeah, just having a job that I don't dread going to every day is a really big accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And to have two of them is even better.
Mm-hmm.
And just as a person, like, I got on the way wrong side of social media when I was in high school, and I got swept into, like, right-wing bullshit, and I am so, so thankful that I, like, unlearned all of that shit. Because, like, I look at the person that I was in high school, and I'm like, I just want to slap you across the face.
We all think that. We all don't like our younger selves.
Yeah. So, I guess I'm just grateful that I've been surrounded by good people that have, like, helped me make a change for a positive of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have a good support system around you of people who are like, hey, don't do that. That's not a good idea. I don't think you should do that. And that's kind of what some people need. That, like, whether you listen or not, like, there's nothing they can do because we're both very stubborn young ladies.
Yeah. Thanks, Grandma.
I got it from both sides.
That was really funny at Christmas when Dad was like, yeah, she was a Taurus, she's a bull. Yep.
Yeah. But, no. I think you're doing very well. You're blossoming into a very beautiful, smart, dorky young lady.
Thank you. I do recall you calling me a weirdo not 2 days ago.
Yeah, you are a weirdo. So the fuck am I?
No, I'll own it. I know I'm weird.
Me too. Should I go into what I learned being 27? Yeah. I got a lot.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, what I learned, and these are like what I learned / recommendations. Well, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things. Yeah, I've been putting in some mental work today.
Yeah.
All right, so the first one is no matter how much of an adult you think other people are, they may or may not be in the same boat as you, just with more flashy things to pay for.
Yeah.
So, like, if I think about a lot of the people that I went to high school with, they're getting engaged, they're buying houses, they're having kids. They might still be in, let's say, not the best financial place, but they just have more expensive things. Or they might be in a better financial place, but it might be relative to my situation in a way. Like, comparable in terms of, like, I guess, struggle in a way. So, I have to remind myself of that. You don't have to look for validation in anyone else but yourself. It's okay to not love yourself every day, but just don't beat yourself up about it. So for me, that was like, well, actually, there's one like further down that I'll go over. When you start comparing other people's lives to your life, you learn that they just have different issues than you. It's kind of the same thing as the first one.
Sometimes I do wish I could swap issues, though.
Sometimes, yeah.
Be like, listen, if I could at least afford to have all of these issues, then I would take on different issues.
Yeah.
You know? Like how people are like, oh, you can have all the money in the world, but, like, if you get sick or something, it's like, well, if I have all the money in the world and I get sick, at least I can fucking pay hospital bills.
Yeah, right? The next one is everything sucks right now.
Always.
The economy sucks. Money sucks. The world sucks. Everything sucks.
Everything sucks.
Everything
Always.
Sucks. Interest rates on cars, on houses, literally everything sucks right now. There's nothing you can do about it, so you just kind of have to accept it.
Shit's bad.
Mm-hmm. Experiences with family and friends mean more than anything else in the world. Spend time with your family, even if you can't stand them during birthdays and holidays, because you never know when it might be the last time they remember you. So
That was an interesting way to phrase it.
yeah, so the way I phrased it like that,
I know why.
yeah, because what I was thinking was, okay, from grandma's perspective,
We don't know how conscious she was for the last month.
right, so in my mind, I want her to have a good last memory of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like feeling good the last time she talked to me before she left. I know most people flip it and be like, oh, like, I had a good last memory with this person or whatever. But I think if you just always try to have a good last communication with somebody else, then that's kind of a better way to put it.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised at how I handled that all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes,
Me
I had
too.
my therapist literally the entire time, which helped.
Yeah.
But I
Me
feel
too.
like I took that a lot better than I probably should have, considering it was the first, like, major family member loss.
Yeah. It just kind of puts a new perspective on things sometimes.
Mm.
The next one is kids are precious and fragile. Take care of them and educate them. Shield them from the internet as much as possible. There are weirdos in every corner of the internet, outside the internet as well.
What spawned that one?
I think about a lot when I want to be a mom, how I'm going to raise my kids, just based off of like how people raise their kids now. It's like I can't imagine posting photos on Facebook of my child. That's not something that I'm going to do. As tempting as it might be to share with family who I don't talk to all the time, it's not worth it. There are so many people that will go on Facebook and just download pictures of babies and kids and whatever, and they could be fully clothed or whatever, and just be a fucking creep. And then your kid's photo is on the internet forever in some pedophile's network. And that's just not going to be my kid. And then you also have, as they grow up, more and more like a bullseye on their back when you do the little boards that say like Sophie's going to this elementary school and she's going into second grade and she's this age and she's this tall and she has this color hair and this is her teacher, and like you're basically putting a target on your kid's back.
Yeah.
So you need to protect them at all costs because they don't know them at all costs and make sure that they're safe and the things that they don't need to be knowing about when they're young. They just need to be kids till they're like 12. And then they can be teenagers, and then they can be full-forming adults. Like, educate them, yes, but there's way too many people putting their kids on the internet for no damn good reason, and it's not safe at all.
Yeah, if I even have kids, like, I probably wouldn't go crazy, but I do feel like I would be the kind of person to post some pictures.
Yeah.
Because I'd be so damn proud. I'm like, my kid is the cutest.
Yeah.
Because it would be.
Exactly. It would be tempting too, but like, there's probably a way you can make like a private Facebook post or something, or like throw it in a fucking group chat with everybody. Like, whatever. But it's just the fact that like, it's the internet, it's out there.
Yeah.
Like, we are gonna be, like, this video is going to be on the internet for seemingly forever. So it's like, okay, if our kids are watching in however many years, are they going to be appalled at what we're saying? Or are they going to be like, oh, dang, like, my mom or parents were actually pretty cool?
I feel like it ebbs and flows.
Yeah. Probably. But yeah, that's how I feel about them. Moving on. You have your own timeline for things, and you set it, not anybody else. Your health is also going to naturally decline, and you should probably take care of your body because it's the only one that you have. I never listened to that growing up. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna beat my body into the ground when I was running. And then I'm like, oh shit, I probably should, like, not fuck up my knees. And now if I'm, like, bending down on my hardwood floor, it, like my knees physically hurt thinking about it. I have 4 more. Whoa. Don't be afraid to try new things, experiences, things, foods, places, basically things that you wouldn't normally do or try. So there's been a lot of that this year for me, for sure. Spend time outside and off of social media and the internet. That's kind of a given. Don't try to be something you're not. So I put the example, if my arms don't look good in a skimpy tank top, then I should find tank tops that look good on my frame rather than trying something that doesn't and being upset about it.
I feel like that's something I was telling you.
You were.
Verbatim.
Yeah, pretty much.
Aww, that makes
So
me
it's
feel
like, yeah, I have to remind myself of that because it's like, okay, if I'm gonna have PVC pipe arms, I should make them look good PVC pipe arms and like wear things that accentuate them instead of like cover them up or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Or just like,
Make them look flattering.
yeah.
And then the last one, kind of piggybacking, I put work with your strengths and try to capitalize on that rather than focusing on stuff you're unsure of or not good at. It's okay to still work on those, but remember that you are still, or remember all that you are good at. So yeah.
Solid list.
Yeah. Pretty deep over here. So what do you look forward to being 25? Or what do you have?
Well, my brain will be fully developed. Maybe it won't be as much of an idiot.
I don't even think mine's fully developed.
For me, it's less about the year and I'm just looking forward to continuing to work on myself and to try and see results.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I've always been unhappy with my body and my lifestyle in general. And I've tried to change it, but not, like, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I want to actually, like, seriously change. Cause I'm kind of sick of being miserable.
Yeah.
But then again, I feel like I could have said this any year, you know, because always ring true. I've always been sick of being miserable.
Yeah. I feel pretty much the same. Like, there are days where I'm like, oh, I look great. And then there are other days I'm like, very humbled. Like, when I was editing the last video, the vlog, oh my god. I was like,
Even
is
watching
this
that,
what I really look like in public?
yeah. When I was watching that, I could not believe my lack of chin. And then, like, I could not believe how low my boobs hang. And I'm like, how is this possible?
But I think it's a good thing because there's one YouTuber that I watch, Cece Suarez. She has the little fat pad under here too. And in one video I was watching, she moved her like desk around, so instead of being face on, she was kind of like slanted, looking the other way so you could see it. And she's like, also, don't worry about this. Everybody's got it. It's fine. It's all good. And I was like, you know what? That's kind of like actually pretty cool because now I don't feel so bad about mine.
I wish I was that confident.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if you can see it from that angle, I'll find a different angle.
Yeah. But I'm like, if we go out into the public, like, okay, let's say we doctored that footage.
They're going
right?
to see all the bagels.
Exactly. So it's like, if we're trying to be like authentic and, you know, real, then we're just gonna let it all hang out. You know, this is what we look like in person. And who knows, maybe next year we'll look a little bit better.
I hope so.
From the side angle.
I also thought of one other thing. I'm proud that I've started to try and have a little more self-confidence and come out of my shell a little bit.
You have.
It's all tied to the people around me and how much time I'm spending around them. Like, you guys just make me feel comfortable in general.
Aww.
And I'm a very, very, very repressed person. I was literally having a conversation / argument with my mother the other day about
Okay, do you want me to cut this or no?
It
Okay.
was kind of funny.
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
So she was trying to play some Christmas music because we were doing some kind of prep for Christmas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, I want to get in a Christmassy mood. And I was like, I'm kind of sick of most Christmas songs. But she was like trying to play, and then she was like singing along with it. And I'm like, Mom, you know that is the one thing that annoys the crap out of me. And I was like trying to shush her. And she was like, oh, I'm trying to think of like how she got from point A to point B. But it must have all been internally. She was like, oh, why did you never show me like the eulogy that you gave at Grandma's funeral? And I'm like, excuse me, how did you land on that? Well, she was like, oh, how come you never showed me like what you sang or whatever? And I'm like, I didn't tell you that I sang at the funeral. And she was like, oh, so you did. I'm like, oh, did somebody think on me? Like, did somebody rat me out? She was like, no, like, apparently she just pulled that out of thin air. I don't know how, but I will eventually show her that footage, but it just, the dynamic I have with her is, like, I could start to open up more, but I still have that hang up of, like, this is my parental figure. I must, like, granted, we kind of treat each other more like friends than mother and daughter.
Well,
but
I think it's very much the opposite.
Really?
Well, I think that
I'm dead honest around her. I'll cuss around
well,
her.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
But I think you are at the stage. So mothers and daughters, you're a parent first, and then you're a friend second. And then as your child gets older, you move into friend first, parent second. I think you're already at that stage of friend first, parent second, but she's still in that parent mode, friend second.
I think I will always perceive her as one of the two humans who very deeply violated my trust.
That is also a big age, too.
Which is a huge obstacle for me to overcome. And, like, my therapist is very correct when she said it's a very deep, like, internalized shame within me, which just kind of ripples off into other things.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I want to get to that point.
Yeah.
I was thinking about showing her that video, and I have not done it yet, but just the fact that she even brought that up, I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if you're so damn psychic, what am I thinking about right now? What am I thinking about? And
I think someone told her. I will guarantee you someone told her.
Well, if they did, she didn't rat him out.
Mm-hmm.
She was acting like she just pulled out of thin air.
But I think okay, so when you start to chip away at that shame and guilt and, like, that's also probably where a lot of your, like, lack of confidence comes from, too.
Oh, for sure.
So once you start to chip away at that...
and then looking in the mirror and getting humbled. Like, wow, I think I'm a lot more amazing than I actually am. I should tone it back a little bit.
Yeah. So I think once you kind of bring all that negative stuff down just a little bit, and then the good stuff starts to come up a little, then you'll start to, be more open with her. And I think you'll also set boundaries with her, too. Be like, I don't like that you do this. Could you kindly please stop?
Oh, I'm very honest with her about that. I even had a talk with her on Christmas Eve, because she was prepping to host my grandparents for dinner. Mm-hmm. And she was doing that thing that everybody does where, like, when it's crunch time, they just freak out and every little thing they, like, snap about. Mm-hmm. And I flat out said to her face, like, you do not want to be the person that does that. Nobody wants to be around that person.
Yeah.
Like, just calm it down a little bit. It's going to be fine. And then later on, she was like, thank you for reminding me of that. Thank you so much for listening.
That is so good.
I know.
That is so good. Continue to do
I
that.
will call her hangry very frequently. Because, like, sometimes she'll just get in a mood where she'll be, like, snappy over stuff, and I'm like, I know you. You're just worked up. And just taking it out on anything.
Yeah, me and my mom are like that too, but we've been like that for a while, where I'll be like, cut your shit.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to be talked to like that. And I'm very sarcastic. I don't know if you heard, but like Christmas Day, apparently I was spicy.
Yeah, you were.
I was so fucking spicy. I'm also like about to get my period too,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that probably coagulated. But I was also like stressed the fuck out and tired.
I didn't have the energy to be spicy.
Yeah, so I was like,
mild.
oh my god. But yeah, I can be very sarcastic. But yeah, I can be very sarcastic, and my mom knows if I say something really sarcastic back to her, she was like kind of out of line. So
I'll just be very, very honest with her. I'll be like, listen, you and I are copy paste of each other. I know exactly why you're reacting this way, and I can tell you that's not cool.
mhm.
And then, like, she'll think about it for a bit, and then she'll be like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, me and my
I
mom,
love that, though.
we talk all the time. My mom was like my best friend. Like I was telling the girl that I'm talking to, last night, I was like, yeah, let's see in the past week how many times I've talked to my mom. It was like at least 17 times over the past like 5 days.
Oh, you win.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay, to be fair, I have been at my mother's house, like, and this is the entire past week.
in between seeing my mom Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve twice, Christmas Day twice. So, like, and I'll see them on Saturday for my birthday.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Kind of this whole rabbit hole.
That's normally what happens.
Where were we exactly?
Great fucking
Oh, I was complaining about my mother.
Yes.
I guess I could relate that back to just how I really would like to work on my self-confidence more, and just letting that inner part of me that wants to come out but is too scared to come out, like, try to come out more. Because, like,
It's fun over here.
I know! But, like, actually singing and having multiple people say, hey, you're really good,
You are.
that gave me a lot of confidence, because, like, I can, like, if I'm, like, just in my car, like, singing along to stuff, I'll have a vibe of whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, like, in terms of performance. So, like, I'll know that I have potential, but to hear other people say that, it's, like, game-changing. Even Dad, who is, like, notoriously snobby about music, no wonder where I got it from. But he was, like,
I didn't know you could do that.
he said something to me along the lines of, like, you know, you've got a gift, don't waste it, or, like, something along those lines. And that, I think that meant the most coming from him, because it was, like, out of the blue for me.
Yeah.
Of course he was going to be proud, but...
I had no idea. I know you mentioned to me that you like to, but I was like, and I'm normally weird when people sing. I don't like it.
Yeah, same.
I'm like, unless it's like goofy or like, you know, singing together, like goofing off, then it's
For
fine.
me, like, the goofy stuff kind of makes me cringe a little bit.
If like, I'm in the car, like singing with not singing, but more like singing along, I guess. Not like belting out. I'm only belting out when I'm by myself. And like, listen, I've been having the song Refill by Elle Varner stuck in my goddamn head for so long. The vocals on this woman is absolutely insane. And in my house and in my car, I fucking nail it. Without music, I'm trash.
You should try to sing more. It's fun.
I do sing in the shower if like, okay, so let's say like I was singing in the shower and you were out here, I'd be fine because you couldn't really hear me because the water and like stuff like that, that'd be fine. But if, like, there has to be music in the background, but I don't, if it's in public abs, you got some rascajones for doing that.
the only reason why I actually went through with it was because it was now or fucking never.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I feel like that was me at maybe like 50% power. Like,
That's still really
not
good.
to humble brag, but like, I hadn't warmed up because I don't normally sing around people, and I wasn't telling anyone that I was planning it, so I wasn't about to be just like, warming up at the house.
Yeah.
And I was like,
We'd be like, what the
like
fuck is she
literally,
doing?
I was prepping the day before.
In your car, in my driveway, or in my parking lot.
Well, my entire way from my house to yours, I just had it on repeat, and I was like taking in the lyrics and like starting to sing what I could, and like just getting to a point where I had enough of the melody down, and I wrote down the lyrics in case I forgot. But I have never learned a song that quickly, and that made it to my top 100 most played list, probably because of that.
Yeah.
And I skip it every single time because I'm like, I can't listen to that again.
Yeah, right.
Like, no, there's too much baggage now.
You overdosed on it real quick. But no, I think
I'm also trying to challenge myself. So there's two different Barbra Streisand songs that I'm really trying to get down.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, 99% of it, I am very confident in. But there's this one particular part. It's called Woman in Love, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one particular part where she will sing like the first line of the chorus, and then that very last line of the very last word of that last line, she holds that note for the entire rest of the chorus. It is a very long note, and I'm trying so damn hard to work my breath support up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult.
It is.
And then there's another song that she has called The Minute Waltz, where she's singing very quickly. And it's a lot of like up and down, and I'm trying to learn the lyrics, because once I learn the lyrics, I can hit all those notes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I want to challenge myself, because it's like, singing very quickly, and it's like, ooh, and I want to like get better,
I think that should be your goal for this upcoming year.
To learn the minute waltz?
No, just to like be more expressive with singing. Yeah, like do it more, like
I'm such a dork. I'm all giggly about it.
That's good. Like I have a secret talent. You know about it.
Come on, Heather! We have to cut that. Oh my god. What kind of sister would I be if I didn't absolutely
I'm cutting that.
My face is probably beet red right now. Oh my god. Yeah, I couldn't resist. So, if you're wondering why I'm crying, don't ask. So I have a secret talent that is not appropriate for the pod, which I wish it wasn't, because it's great for my partners, but not for my resume. Well, listen, if you ever start an OnlyFans, you would. No, I can't give my tricks out. Okay. No. Okay. But kind of like you said, like if more than a good amount of people tell you that you're good, you like kind of have to believe it. And I'm like, internalize it. You're like, oh, I am. Yeah, I'm like, no, stop lying to me. And then they're like, no, like, whatever the fuck you were doing, like, can I have more? And I'm like, nah, no, we can't just be giving this out willy nilly over here. It also does come down. Oh, you're cutting that. It also does come down to effort. To effort? Yeah. Oh, I'll be having like a 25% day and they're still like blown out of the water. But just like working to get to that point where you're that good, I did have a phase where I thought I was competing with. So this one guy that I was with, he would, like, I guess he was sleeping around being a hoe. Mm. And I wanted to, like,
have him for myself. So I was like, well, if I'm just really good, then like nothing can compare. And then I just like practiced a lot.
I can't
And
change a hoe.
you can't turn a hoe to a housewife. But yeah, I apparently put in the 1,000 hours or 10,000 hours or 100,000 hours, whatever the fuck it is.
10,000, yeah.
Yeah, so we have that in our back pocket, which is like kind of cool, but I also like can't be giving it away willy nilly. Like I said, it's got to be like earned.
Yeah. Whoever you end up is going to be very lucky.
So I've heard. But also, my other secret tip is that I have a very soothing voice, apparently. So I've been told. Where, like, my customer service voice is, like, top notch. Where people are like, you should go into, like, phone sex. And I'm like, I'm okay. I can't just turn it on like that. But I'm also just, like, very... I don't know. Like, even people, when I'm Ubering, they'll be like, your voice is, like, amazing. Just speaking or talking or whatever, like, a laugh, and they're like, wow. And I'm like, maybe.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I thought about doing, like, narration or something like that. But,
I feel like voice acting would be so fun.
oh my god.
Because
Apparently
you
I
just
have, like,
put you all
different
into it, you
accents.
don't have to worry about what you look like.
True.
Ooh. You can just have at it.
Yeah.
Stretch.
Yes. So, what I look forward to at 28 is learning more about who I am, making something for myself and being proud of it, whatever that may be. Gaining more friends and maintaining the friendships that I've made this past year, either professionally or personally. To grow the podcast and have more documented memories with my family and friends. Travel to a new place and maybe start checking smaller things off my bucket list. Explore the queer community more. Figure out eventually where I want to live, North Carolina, California, abroad. And then in conclusion, I'm just overall like excited to see who I'm going to become in 2024 because 2023 was such a whirlwind of like self-exploration and like everything got flipped upside down.
You're in a super growth period. We're going to come so far.
I
You already have.
Yeah, so I feel like my life is kind of starting to become what I want it to look like starting like this year. So I'm like, okay, we're kind of on just like a continuing pattern here. Just continue accepting and advocating for myself with my friends and family and being able to clearly communicate how I'm feeling. But also one thing that I wanted to mention was a lot of my technicians that I worked with, and if you're watching this, hi, thank you.
I just made the stupidest face to the camera. I was just gonna be like, waving like all cute, and then I just like it came out so stupid. I'm an idiot.
Do you want me to do it again?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm good sauce.
Jank barbecue sauce out of
It's so
I think
good.
Texas.
Yeah.
But yeah, all my technicians who, if you're watching this, hey, a lot of them I'm still in close contact with, and I feel like I've apparently I did something right as a boss or a supervisor or managing them, where I feel like I've gained friends in different cities, and I can still talk to them and whatever. Like my one technician in Miami, we were on the phone for like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, and it was just like shooting the shit, talking with like, like a older uncle or my dad or whatever. So it's just really cool to see how like those professional relationships turned into a friendship, and it's so seamless and so easy where you know, one of my technicians sent me a Christmas card saying, you know, the ornament that you made me is going to be on my tree for many, many years to come.
Mhm.
He put a gift card in there, but the thing that meant more to me was the thing about the ornament.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
so sweet.
a couple other people are sending me some boxes from like their city, kind of doing the same
Like
thing
what
that
you
I
did.
did. Yeah. So it's really cool to still have those friendships in a way, and it means a lot because at the beginning of this year I felt like I didn't really have that many friends, and even just like the amount of coworkers that I have that turned into friends, like my friend Mara, she did paintings for everybody for Christmas. And what?
I will say she did make Sammy skew a little more brownish orange than tan, but she
Yeah.
still did a wonderful job.
Yes. Yeah. So she did these pet portraits, and they're really, really nicely done. She loved doing them for me. It's a fun project for her.
I can take pictures of them when I get home. So.
Oh, I have them all.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So she was like, "Thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. Like, you know, it obviously I paid her for her work because I can't draw shit. So
Commissioned as a small artist, just like I did for you.
yeah, exactly. So it was a really
Oh my
cool
god, that one
thing.
still isn't up yet, because it was in the Family of Paradise one.
Also, the one that I gave my stepsister, who has my nephew, she started crying.
Aww.
She was like, "You're really trying to make me cry," when she opened it, because
You didn't show me that one.
it's the white dog, and then there was a tan dog. So the tan dog passed away earlier this year, so that's why she was like about to cry. She's like, "That is the coolest fucking thing ever," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, I usually never get her anything. I'll get her like something small, and it was just so cool to see like something so like. And I thought like the paintings were not cheap at all, but she did well worth the money that I paid for them. And I thought, okay, I'm giving them a painting. I need to still give them something else. So I thought, oh my god, like people are gonna think they're like cheesy or corny, and everybody loved them. I was like, oh my god.
I gotta say, the one that she did of Mina with the glowing green eyes,
Mhm.
like, oh my god, that is her. Her eyes glow.
Mm-hmm.
They're like little light bulbs when she blinks.
Yeah.
It's like she's turning on, turning off.
But yeah, just overall, like I'm very happy with the amount of professional to personal to friendly relationships that I've made this year, and I feel like my life is more fruitful since then.
I really have to be better about keeping up with my connections, because I met a lot of wonderful people in college, and I really, the only ones that I've kept in touch with are the ones that I work with still. So I really gotta get better at that.
Yeah,
Especially when my industry is based on connections and who you know, and just proving yourself to people, so that when everyone moves up the ladder, you move up with them. Because, like, you want to work with people that
already
are pleasant to be around, they do a good job. So, like, building those relationships is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, I would say, like, for me, I used to be that person where if I didn't talk to you in 2 months, I'm deleting your number.
Oh, I don't delete numbers, which is probably I'm a pack rat when it comes to numbers. I still have numbers of people that I knew from high school that I've not talked to in like 10 years.
Very cool to see, like, the person who had ended up letting me go from Warehouse Anywhere, which is fine, no hard feelings towards him. It was just a scenario that we were kind of both put in.
But like,
he has a restaurant called Il Molino downtown.
It's not like he was firing you. You had already put your 2 weeks in. So
yeah, exactly.
There shouldn't be hard feelings anyway. He basically just gave you a 2-week vacation.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. And he was super cool about it. And my old supervisor and I met up with him last Friday for drinks. And such a cool guy, so social, knows like fucking everybody.
Oh my god, can we go to his place for your birthday?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah! Let's do it!
Yeah, I would really like that. I'm gonna text him.
Yeah,
But also, like, okay, so when we were there, we were all chatting and everything, and he proposed to his girlfriend. She said yes. Like, as I was leaving, like the week after I left or something. So when I saw him, I was like, "Oh, congratulations, by the way!" And they're gonna go do an elopement. And he's like, "Yeah, we're just gonna have a big old party. Like, come on over. You guys are invited. I'm trying to have a big ass party." And I was like, honestly, and I was so worried that this person like hated me and whatever, and I'm like, he's actually a really cool person.
Yeah.
Like, he's very engineering and methodical and like take things apart and fix them and put them back together again, like very, very business savvy. And I'm like, okay, this like if I want to learn how to like run a business, this is someone that I do want to keep in touch with, because if I do have questions, I can contact them. But also, he's just a super cool guy.
That's one thing that I love about my one boss at the station.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, she's the kind of person where she'll just like have a conversation with you at random.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we'll talk about cats and stuff, or like if there's something current that's on her mind, like she'll just chat about it. So it's like you get to know her on a more human level than just like
work.
Yes, mom.
Exactly.
I feel like us PAs are kind of like her little ducklings. Like, we just follow her around, and
Yeah.
sometimes she'll be like, "You don't need to follow me."
Yeah, I think just overall, like, being a good human this year has really kind of worked socially in my favor, for sure.
Yeah, it always should.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in general, I had a conversation with my grandmother on Christmas Eve where I was getting a little shit for not wanting to go to the 10 o'clock mass with them. Which,
Come on. Okay,
no, they weren't being hard on me, but they were like, you could tell they were disappointed. And she made a comment. She made a comment where she was like, you know, you gotta believe in something. And I'm like, oh, you gotta believe in a higher power. And I'm like, I don't really. I just believe in being a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be motivated to be a good person internally.
Yeah.
Not from a threat of eternal damnation or like a promise of something amazing once you die. Like, just make it the best that you can while you can. Because we don't know what happens after.
Should we do an episode on religion? I think that would be pretty cool.
Cause I have so many thoughts on spirituality.
Yeah.
And my upbringing really influenced a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, I'm very divergent from my family as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's our next episode.
Cool.
I got so many thoughts.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, where it's like, I think I said this in like our first episode, where it's like, I can't see it or touch it or like physics. You can drop a ball and know that gravity's real. Okay, fine. I don't need to see gravity. I can see the thing falling, sure. And like, you know, obviously I know that there are like certain polar things or like atoms you can't really see. Okay, that's fine. But like, for a person who's like just up in the sky doing whatever, like.
And every religion seems so sure of themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely do find an interest in Greek mythology. I think it's cool, like, because those
From
are
a story perspective, yeah.
Yeah, there's stories, and like they kind of mean something. Kind of like the
It was one of the first surviving records of creative storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that like some of the like older civilizations who had like multiple different gods, so like the god of the sun, the god of the corn, the god of the water, the god of fire, like I think that whole thing is super cool because they didn't know. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent.
Well, they didn't know too much about the sciencey stuff.
Yeah,
so they were just
like, oh,
throwing
something,
everything at the wall to see what would stick.
Yeah, they're
so
like,
they could survive.
If I blow this leaf this way, then it rains, and if I blow it that way, it doesn't rain. Okay, so we're gonna face that way to make it rain, and whatever. Fine. Like, I think that is super cool, and they didn't really have much, like you said, but I think, like, being religious is like, fine, sure, do your thing, but I don't prefer when people are like, oh, you have to believe in something.
Yeah.
It's like, no, the fuck I don't. I have to believe in myself, and that's it.
Yeah, because, like, I tend to boil religion down to, like, the essential reasons why it exists.
Mm-hmm.
Which, the first was, like, as a moral and legal structure.
Yeah.
Like, literally from the dawn of time, that was the first, like, code of law, really.
Mm-hmm.
For,
It was a
code of
government,
behavior.
technically.
Yeah. And
I'm
then,
gonna have to do some research. I'm so excited.
and on another facet is, like, there's a lot that we will never understand about the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for some people it fascinates them. They want to have some sort of sense of, like, stability
Mm-hmm.
and just something to hold on to. Whereas I'm the sort of person where, like, I kind of embrace the entropy. I'm like, I know
What?
entropy.
What's that?
Chaos.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
didn't know that word. Sorry.
It's a good word.
It is. Yeah.
but yeah, I just kind of embrace it. I'm like, I will never. There's so much that I will never understand,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't lie awake thinking, wondering stuff at night. Like, I understand what affects me, and I try to learn more about, different kinds of people that I don't have as much interaction with, and just
Yeah.
try to have an open mind, but I just don't have any particular reason to believe in anything spiritually.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to think about, like, a loved one watching over you, or a ghost, like, I think that's cool and interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have solid evidence of, like, oh, that's definitely a thing,
Yeah.
or not.
I mean,
So I'm
have the
kinda
same.
open on it.
We have the same aspect on that because it's like, okay, yeah, it's cool and everything, but I also don't like. I don't need an ancient book from the dawn of time when they used to like beat and rape women and murder them for shits and giggles to tell me how to live my life now in 2023. That just ain't gonna fucking fly. It's like saying, oh, you're using Microsoft Windows 11. Why aren't you using DOS again? Like, shit just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. If people take it too seriously, don't take it seriously. The whole thing is, like, be a good person, be a good human, don't fuck with nature, don't piss people off, I guess.
I always thought it would be a really great concept if, like, what if all of the religions technically existed and just had different departments?
That's
like
what
an
it is.
apartment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like your fucking apartment built like an office building.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny.
I think it's all interconnected, honestly.
I don't know about anything being interconnected. I just think it would be a funny concept.
I think the, like, monotheism, I think I use that word correctly, monotheism, one God, is all interconnected. So, like, Christianity, I think
I know the major
Catholic
have connections.
Yeah.
This episode just got a little too juicy. We gotta wrap it up.
We gotta wrap.
Also, we gotta paint again in the future, so that's coming up.
Yes. So we hope you have a fantastic new year. Write down some things that you guys want to do. Post them in the comments if you'd like. If you liked what we stated today, let us know. Throw something down there. Subscribe if you like. And have a great, safe new year. Call an Uber if you need it. That's what we're here for. And
May it be a damn sight better than the old one.
and happy early birthday to me.
Birthday!
But yes, Sappho and her sister out. Have a good night.